Hi, I'm Keri and welcome to Cooking with Keri here on Expressive TV. Hi, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Keri. Today we'll be cooking a large spread for you guys. We'll be making surf and turf, which is seafood and beef, and we'll also be making a loaded mac and cheese bread bowl. Start with the steak first for the surf and turf. You can cook the steak to whatever temperature you want. We're going to sear it in the pan first and then let it finish off in the oven. If you want it medium, where you can cook it for about 6 to 8 minutes and then go from there. Our pan set to a medium heat right here, and we're just going to add the steak to let it steam. Steak is searing. We're going to let our evaporated milk boil on a low heat for the macaroni and cheese. Eggs have finished cooking, so now we're going to put the onions on top and pop it in the oven so it can bake. We're looking for a medium well texture, so we're just going to put it in there for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Our oven is also preheated to 375 degrees. Milk has heated up. We're going to add the cream cheese first to the milk so it can melt together for the cheese sauce for the macaroni and cheese. And we want to add like different cheeses so the macaroni and cheese can have a cheesy taste instead of like a milky taste. Then just a couple of the cheddar cheese cubes. While we're letting the cheese simmer, we're going to start cooking the steak for the bread bowl. We're not going to cook the shrimp for the mac and cheese because it's going to bake in the oven and we don't want overcooked shrimp. And right here, we're letting the corn and potatoes boil before we add the shrimp and lobster for the surf and turf. We're going to let it boil for about 10 minutes so it can get soft. It's about done. There's a few little raw pieces, but it's all going to finish off in the oven. So we're just going to let it rest on the back of the stove and finish with our cheese. It is coming together slowly. All the cheese cubes don't have to be melted because it's going to, like I said, it's going to finish off in the oven. So everything will be melted by the time it's fully done. And this is about getting ready to add to the pasta, which we already previously boiled. I'm going to add the cheese to the pasta. Bring the cheese into the macaroni so the cheese can cover all of the pasta. So we can get ready to put it into our bread bowl. We're going to get the bread and we're going to cut out a hole in it so we can put the pasta and everything else. The bread we're using is everybody's favorite Hawaiian bread, and it smells so good. I'm just going to cut a hole out of the top. And you want a circular shape because you want it in bowl form. And then we're gonna layer the pasta in the center. So right now we're just taking out the contents of the bread because we're not using that. You don't want to take too much bread out of the bottom because you don't want anything to leak through the bottom, because that will just mess up the whole. In the end, you want your bread bowl to look like this. So we can get ready to layer our stuff. Start layering our mac and cheese. We're gonna start with the pasta first. And we wanna get it all in there. You wanna make sure your pasta is everywhere inside. And then we're gonna add the steak. On top. And then the shrimp. Now you can mix your steak and shrimp in with the mac and cheese, or you can just do it like this, layer it, whichever way you want. And then we're gonna add some more pasta on top. Okay. And last, we're gonna sprinkle some shredded cheese on top, and then earlier I made some bacon bits with some brown sugar and honey for a sweet taste. We're going to sprinkle the bacon on top. Just going to put it in a pan if you want, and then put it in the oven next to the steak. We're going to let that bake for about 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted and a little bit crispy. And then take it out, and that will be it. Right now we're going to add the lobster tails to the potatoes and corn. We're not going to add the shrimp till the very, very end because we don't want it to overcook, just like the shrimp and the mac and cheese. We're just going to cover it. Let it cook. Right now we're gonna flip the steak in the pan so the top doesn't dry out. Cover the steak after seasoning it. We're going to put it back in the oven for another 3 to 5 minutes and add our shrimp to the boil. Shrimp is done. The steak and the macaroni should also be done. And then we can enjoy. So everything has finished up. Our macaroni and cheese bowl looks good. And here's our surf and turf. Our steak is done. And our lobster and shrimp, potatoes and corn are finished. Hope you guys enjoy.